Hello and welcome to the third episode of The Laymen Show.
Hello, hello, hello. And we've had some brilliant responses already.
Quite happy with them. We're not...
I wouldn't say the emails are flooding in.
Oh,
We've got quite a few responses, and
We've got our first patron.
Yeah, we can't. His name is beep beep. We can't name him because he's too tight.
Yeah.
He's on the lowest tier.
Hey, no, be thankful for what we get, Lee.
Absolutely.
Be thankful for what we get.
Absolutely. We thank you, our first subscriber on Patreon.
Yep, we do appreciate it, but you're not on the shout-out tier, so...
Yeah, that yacht I have in my mind is within my reach.
We're working towards it. You know, you've got to have goals in life.
So what's been happening lately?
I literally just got a PS4, and I haven't been able to do anything but play it.
When did you get it?
What time is it?
You've got it a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, I got it about 2 hours ago.
And you've been on it for those 2 hours?
Well, a lot of those two hours were spent updating both the fucking PS4 and the games.
Yeah.
But
so what's your first...
What I've briefly played, it's fucking amazing. The graphics are lovely. The game selection is on point. I can't complain. The fucking Xbox looks dog shit in comparison.
Do we still have that divide between the Xbox One users and the PS4 users? Does that still exist, this fucking war? A bit like the Android versus iPhone shit.
I think so, although I think sort of PC gamers are more of the perpetrators of the racial profiling in video games, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're a PS4 and Xbox or a PC master race.
Yeah, how does PC gaming compare then to consoles now?
Well, it entirely depends on the quality of your machine. If you've got a shit machine, then you're gonna have a shit show essentially.
So, are there PC games that are out now which are better than what the consoles can provide?
Not necessarily better, but they can, because a PC can be infinite, or not infinitely, but it can be much more powerful than a console, and it's also more configurable.
I see.
A PC is better, but it's also a lot more expensive.
What about the market for it then? Are there still games that are PC only?
No.
They just go across all consoles and all platforms?
No, a lot of I say a lot of consoles, mostly it's PS4 now that gets all of the exclusives. Otherwise, they're across all platforms.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm still back in the day with my 360.
Yeah, and you fucking... What was you saying that he was going to pull out the Dreamcast or something?
I've still got a Sega Dreamcast. It's the one where you got a little mini...
You need to see if that actually works.
It still works.
Are you sure
it still
about
works.
that?
It's just packed away in a cupboard. And it came with a huge controller, which had a detachable mini iPod-looking device. So you could take your game in with you.
I mean, do you imagine that PS4 is still going to be working in, 15, 20 years' time?
No, they've probably programmed it to die.
Planned obsolescence.
Absolutely. We'll let it die on a certain game at a certain point.
Those shifty Asians.
Oh, talking about Asians, something that's trending now online is, I can't remember what show it is, but basically it's racism in East Asia.
The East Asians are awfully racist.
You know, we celebrate Nelson Mandela, end of apartheid, but apparently it still exists there. The racism is so high, blacks can't even walk into a nightclub. They actually get refused at the door. Like, yo. I can't do the Chinese accent.
I can, but it is highly offensive. I don't know if it's...
You may not come in. How's that?
You need to add on the you think Jonathan Ross.
No.
You gotta throw in the Lisp.
But anyway, they get stopped at the door. Apparently, there's certain areas they can't go in. They get treated differently. Even people who work are treated differently, and it's surprising in today's day and age to hear about this now, still going on.
Well, not in China, and I mean, as I say, as far as I know, the Chinese are awfully racist.
But they eat dogs, don't they?
They eat anything.
I thought they loved all animals.
No. That's us. They've got a saying in somewhere. They eat anything with 4 legs except a table, and anything with 2 wings except a plane. Yeah,
that's terrible.
Yeah, but it's true. They're fucking foul people.
Wow.
There's a reason why nobody likes them, and they're awful drivers.
Awful drivers? I don't know, because the other day I was driving down, and Asian guy was pulling out of a side street. And when I say Asian, I mean North Asian, so we're looking at India continent.
Ah, right, okay.
And he was turning right, except he was on the wrong side of the fucking road. What the fuck's wrong with this twat?
It's like, you're not in India. What the fuck?
Yeah. India, one of the most dangerous places to drive in the world.
Yeah. And speaking of that, that's actually something I wanted to talk about. We live in England.
Yes.
One of the most congested, one of the places with the most congested roads in all of Europe.
Yes.
But we have some of the safest roads in the world, in fact.
Yeah, but why? Is it because there's fucking speed cameras and speed bumps everywhere you go?
Well, I think there's a few factors. The MOT is one of them.
Yep.
Which, sadly, I mean,
well,
we can't all.
It's funny you mention that because there was a famous story in India. There was a truck driver whose radiator had bust. So basically, what he'd done, he'd take the bottom and top caps off his radiator.
Yeah.
He'd had a kid sat on the bumper. They have huge fenders, huge bumpers. A kid sat on the bumper collecting water. Another one stood on the bumper pouring in water while he's driving.
Jesus.
That's right. Them fuckers know how to keep things going.
Well, yeah, but they also know how to die on the roads a lot.
Yes, they do, because coaches, buses and stuff, apparently when they hit someone on the road, they just carry on. There's no stopping.
Yeah,
because they've got a schedule to keep to.
Yeah, no humanity.
No, I mean, in this country, unfortunately, people do commit suicide, and it holds everything up.
Well,
no offence to the person who's died.
No offence to them.
They've had a reason.
They're selfish pricks.
They've had a reason.
No, they've
been pushed
pricks.
to the fucking limit.
Okay, well, that's where we can agree to disagree.
Okay, but when they die, if it's anything to do with any form of transport, that's it. Shit shuts down.
Well, I mean, I get it. Well, I mean, yeah, I get it. It's got to be cleaned up.
It has.
Someone's got to clean up that mess.
They do. You're right. And I wouldn't like to be that person, to be honest, who's picking up the bits, and apparently it smells like when a train hits someone. You're laughing already because I think you got. But apparently, when a train hits someone, the smell of McDonald's comes out, which worries me about McDonald's food.
Well, I think I was gonna say I think it's more of an insight into the human dietary.
What, you think they're full of burgers?
Yeah, what people eat rather than
full of McDonald's.
Even I can't say anything. I stick my face full with McDonald's at least once a week.
So
shout out McDonald's.
Fuck that. Fuck off McDonald's. I fucking hate it. I do like the milkshake.
Global company give us those, McDonald's bucks.
Yeah, that's what books rolled out. They give you one fucking chapter.
Piece of shit.
They give you one little chapter, and you think, what? The kids are so excited. Oh, I've got a free book. One chapter. Now you've got to go to W.H. Smith and spend £8, and buy them the rest. But yeah, it was interesting.
It's like they're like drug dealers. You get a taste. But you got to go to the supplier to get the rest.
Okay, and everyone will agree. Why is it you eat McDonald's and you're still hungry? What is it?
Because I don't. I eat like 3 burgers and I'm good. That's how you should do it.
The average
don't go for the chips. Just get burgers.
A person who gets a McDonald's
meal,
fucking unhappy meal.
Yeah.
And you get your burger, chips, and a drink or whatever it is.
But I mean, those are for kids, really.
Okay, the adult portions of the desolate meal or whatever they call it.
The Big Mac.
The Big Mac. They'll get a Big Mac, fries, and a drink.
Mm-hmm.
It's not filling.
No, that's why I say don't get the fries. Just get another burger.
And I want a proper Big Mac. I don't want this little ass thing. Look at the pictures. I want that one.
Well, that's why you got to go to like Dirt Burger or what's the other one? Hannah's.
I've never tried them.
Their burgers are filth. So yeah, shout out Dirt Burger, shout out Hannah's.
Big greasy patty.
Oh no! It's not greasy. It's meaty.
Is it thick?
It's thick.
It's thick, guys.
It's thick. They do it medium rare.
Okay.
Oh, filth.
Gabe is addicted
Steak
to
mince.
Dirt Burger.
Oh.
Have they sponsored you today, Gabe?
I wish.
Is that a Dirt Burger T-shirt you got on?
I wish. But get in touch,
Yeah. Yeah, we can try out stuff if you want to send us a sample. We'll give her the layman review. Honest.
It's got to be halal though.
Do you know what?
Not my dietary restriction.
Do you know what? Talking about halal foods, there's a lot of places that are halal now. One of them was Cafe Gelatos, which was surprising.
Yeah.
And
it surprised me when I found out.
I got a giant motherfucker of a burger in there. It was huge. It was like an 8-ounce patty or something. It was huge with a chicken breast on top, with turkey pastrami, onion rings, the wax. It was this. It was a tower. A proper burger.
A man's burger.
A man's burger.
This isn't your... These aren't your mum's burgers.
Oh God.
So yeah, well, you can't go wrong with good food.
No. And I've noticed when you eat good food, you actually feel all right.
Yeah.
When you eat shit, you feel shit.
Well, I don't know. I felt amazing after my McDonald's last night.
Was you hungry? Were you hungry? It does fill a gap.
Yeah, it does. Oh, it does fill a gap, and I just inhaled them like air.
You see, I don't mind going to McDonald's. The only thing I don't like is if you sit near the window.
Oh no, we sat in our car.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you went through a drive-thru. You never sit in.
Oh no, we go in and order.
Yeah.
But we go and sit in the car.
It's good to sit in, you know, because you get such an array of people. They're like out of a comic book.
Not at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You've got from the fucking terribly deformed.
Oh yeah, if you're looking for that,
it is. It's the evolution of man.
But if you park right outside, you can look from the outside in.
Yeah,
and still see all the people. Yeah, while you're sat in the darkness of your car, gorging as well.
But the worst one's got to be the one in town. You sit in there, you look out the window, and there's all these like zombies body popping outside.
Oh, with the spice.
Yeah.
The spice weasels.
You expect them to break down, start doing a windmill, but, you know.
The weeble wobbles. The weeble, they wobble, but they don't fall down.
Yeah, there was one trying to get on a bike, and he fell over about 8 times. No one helped him because they could tell this guy was fucked. But it's not a nice sight to see. It's not a nice sight to see, especially when you're eating.
And when you got kids with you.
Yeah, especially when you've got kids and they're going, trying to get on his bike, going, fuck off, launching his bike.
So fucking unnecessary.
Absolutely.
Some scary people out there, though.
Yeah, there is some scary people. I was watching a documentary not so long ago, you know, about killers and stuff, and there was talking about
each their own.
Yeah, well, there was talking about the guy from Hull. It was Valentine's Day, I think, or Christmas or something, and he'd strangled his girlfriend, and he'd cut her up, and he'd buried her, and he wouldn't tell anyone where she was. He'd actually been on TV doing an appeal. I think it was called Murderland, the programme. And it was a BBC programme. So, you know, discussing murders, like horrific murders, and how they were solved in the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so his murder was solved by a woman who she was a botanist. She identified the pollen of his clothing and said, I know there's only specific areas where you'll find this pollen. And they narrowed it down.
Well...
Amazing.
You know, at the end of the day, they caught him.
Well, I think, you know, they knew, the detectives knew he had killed her because he had, marks on his hands. When you strangle a victim, the first thing they want to do is pull their hands off.
Yeah.
So he had scratch marks, which were in relation to that event. So they knew. But
they didn't have any other evidence, though.
Yeah, but what I was thinking watching the programme was it can't be nice for the family to see this regurgitated every year. Because every year, I'm sure it's on.
Well, they must have signed some type of release. They must get money from it or something. They've got to have.
I don't know. I don't think it works like that. Unless they just want to...
I mean... You'd reckon that the next of kin would have to say, yeah, it's fine for my... Not only that,
maybe they want him to be known, you know...
The murderer as well. I assume he has to sign off on it as well.
I don't know. I don't think he gets to say. He's incarcerated.
I guess not.
Because apparently he cut his wrists in prison, smeared his blood on the walls, etc.
I mean, I don't want to say speaking of that, this could be a terrible segue, but we have no free speech in this country.
Yes, we do. Look at us right now. Free speech.
No, though. I mean, not like they do in America.
I don't think Americans have free speech. I think you get fucking sued and libel and whatnot.
Americans seem to think that they're losing their free speech, but they don't know what it's like unless you come here. It's not so much of an issue for us as brown men, but...
It's funny you say this now, because it's brought some back. There was an article about the Queen. Some African children had gone missing on a royal picnic. 10 children.
Aliens.
Oh, lizards.
Yeah, lizards.
The lizards. They've drank them. They've drank them away. But these 10 kids who went missing on a royal trip, apparently some army officer had spoken up against the Queen, and that the army officer has been court-martialed, arrested.
I also heard that Tupac is still alive, living in Brazil.
It's funny because Eminem's brought out his Kill Shot track, which has been, you know, massive because of his
beef
with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, I don't even know who Machine Gun Kelly is.
Oh, he's like this skinny guy, fully tatted up, but he's like a Vanilla Rice,
like young Jeezy.
Yeah, he's not on the same level as Eminem. You know, hopefully his career will blossom into something like that. But at the moment, he's not. He's not game enough for Eminem. But Eminem in his track actually put a couple of lines in where he says Puff Daddy had something to do with the killing of Tupac. And then, I don't know, Puff Daddy's record producer or someone sent him a reply saying, you know, you better watch your steps, little boy, otherwise I'll take down your tower like Solomon did with the Freemasons or the
What?
some bizarre tweet.
That's getting real esoteric.
That's what it was. It was
is
esoteric. He said, I'll take down your tower. I'll take down your big tower like Solomon did with the Knights Templars. That's it, Knights Templars.
The fuck?
Not Freemasons. So, yeah, strange.
But how would Eminem know
How would he know what?
that Biggie killed Tupac, was it? Oh, the other way around.
How would he
Biggie
know
killed-
Puff Daddy?
Yeah, Puff.
P. Diddy.
P. Diddy killed.
Puff Daddy. Do you know, did Puff know what Puff meant in this country? Because in America it must mean something different.
Oh, Puffda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm assuming that they know. They've got enough British culture over there to...
maybe it's that why he changed his name to P. Diddy. So he didn't want to be known as Puff.
As a faggot. Maybe. I mean, it wasn't...
So how would Eminem know
Yeah, how would...
if Puff Daddy had some knowledge or something to do with it?
Yeah.
I don't know, it might be the circles are rolling. You know how people talk, Chinese whispers? He might have been chilling with someone and they've had a big fatty and he's like, you know what, man? Puff Daddy did that shit.
He just smokes way too much weed.
Yeah.
I seen him, man. He told me.
But yeah, so that's a big thing at the moment. Eminem versus this Machine Gun Kelly dude. And they've both done a track. So Eminem was famous for a rap god.
Why don't they just shoot at each other like they used to back in the day? like you know,
in the
like,
Wiki
like
Wild
proper
Wild West.
gangsters,
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, so Machine Gun Kelly, his diss track was called Rap Devil, as opposed to Eminem's Rap God, and that's why Eminem came up with Killshot, and I think he destroys him in the track.
Who's that rapper that got like, he got like his house?
Was that R. Kelly, the paedophile?
No. No, he liked to piss on kids. Is that what he does?
Oh, talking about paedophiles, Drake.
Drake
has been checking this girl, apparently, since the age of 14. She's now 16 or 17. He's got his arm draped round her. But he's been checking her since she was 14.
Elaborate on checking her.
Well, as far as, you know, this is allegedly Drake, alright? So don't start suing us.
Yeah, he said allegedly, so
Yeah.
we're cool.
Chickadee checking her, you know. Checking her.
Dropping
Dropping the Billy Big Balls on her, apparently. You know, she's got pictures of him.
Laying his dick on her forehead.
Yeah, that type of shit. You know, smurfing her. But apparently he's been checking this girl, and obviously she's underage. Even by American standards, he's doing a motherfucking Elvis. That's what he's doing.
But, well, another thing I found out about America is that in a lot of states there are no laws against children being married.
What?
Yep. I mean, I can see it in like Alabama and places.
I
like
knew
that,
you was going to say Alabama. Here in Alabama.
But if I'm not mistaken,
We don't care, you're a child.
it's not a federal crime either.
That's strange. I thought you know, the age of consent was like across the board.
Well, no, I think the age of consent differs between state to state.
Marriage and age of consent are two different things, yeah?
Well, yes and no. It's because you can get married, and once you're married, it's kind of irrelevant. I think it's more of a case of, or at least like 14-year-olds being married off to 14-year-olds.
Fucking hell. I think.
I mean, it's no.
I think if you're contemplating marriage at the age of 14, something's wrong with you.
I know, but don't like the Jews believe that, you know, women are, you become a woman when you're like 13 or, you know, whenever you have your first period.
I mean, that's going back to like biblical ages where they said a woman's ready for marriage when she's started menstruating because she can bear a child.
Oh, but as much as
But
there
obviously, we've moved on from there.
I know, but there are still people that believe it.
No, we haven't moved on. We are back in the fucking dark ages. I contradict myself on this show so many times, you know that, because shit just keeps popping up. Mexico. Motherfucking Mexico.
What the bean is
Age
doing.
of consent, 12.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
Fuckers.
That sounds about
That's
right.
wrong. I don't care what you say. I got daughters. That is wrong.
We've spoke about this before, not on the podcast. I have no problem with a 12-year-old fucking another 12-year-old.
Yeah, but this isn't...
Not on camera or anything, obviously.
Oh my God.
But it's all a matter of context.
No, but I mean,
I
understand what you're saying.
20
We all know, like, teenagers do teenagers. Yeah,
Yeah, 15-year-olds should fuck 15-year-olds.
But
That is what it is.
Making it law has opened up the floodgates for adults.
Well, yeah, people are going
mess
to
around
go
with
there
kids.
for, like, sex fucking...
Yeah, this happens
tourism.
in, is it Thailand?
Yeah, Bangkok and all that, with the ladyboys and...
But so why is now? I think in Europe they're trying to bring down the age of consent. They're trying to bring it down in Britain, but we're a bit more conservative. You know, we like to protect our kids because there's that many fucking paedophiles around everywhere.
Our kids and our animals.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to happen here. We'll probably be one of the last.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably be one of the last.
Well, no.
But yeah, lowering the age of consent, especially in today's day and age where kids, I don't know, kids are different now, aren't they? They're much more connected and stuff, and they think differently. But I don't think lowering the age of consent to say 12 is right. Absolutely not. Like you say, 15, everyone knows that at the age of 15, you know, you're active.
Yeah.
Trying to get what you can.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're going to get.
I mean, I hate to say it, but girls mature earlier than boys do.
Girls are out for it earlier. Well, I don't know. I mean, boys have got the peer pressure thing where, you know, where there's a lads who are virgins going, and you done it yet, mate? Fucking, you must be gay.
Yeah, that is a problem, but
yeah.
that doesn't help a boy get laid, if you know what I'm saying. Women always have the option.
Did you ever hear the term, get a fugly? Because they always give it.
Oh, yeah, get a fatty. Because they're thankful.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was a terrible thing.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, this beef between Eminem and that's escalating apparently. So we don't know where it's going to go. You never know. Somebody may get shot. Threats are flying out everywhere. But, you know, then again, you know, it's Hollywood, isn't it? These people are all in Hollywood and stuff. And I think a lot of it is hyped.
It's a different world to where we live.
Yeah,
at the
absolutely.
End of the day.
And I think it's hyped.
All this shit really doesn't matter to us.
Could just be clever marketing. Apparently they're both on the same record label. Gabe's just pulled a screw face.
Yeah, I was just...
Eminem and this Machine Gun Kelly work for the same record label.
That's some that is some conspiracy show right there.
Could be.
Again.
Yeah.
I like Eminem. He's a great rapper. He's one of the best, but
he is one of the best, but he's gone up and down, because he's got different personas, hasn't he? So he's got Slim Shady, Eminem, Marshall Mathers.
Yeah.
And they've all got different styles. And I like Slim Shady because he's the comical one.
I just think he's a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's gone off the deep end like Jim Carrey.
Oh, fuck. Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
I don't know whose show he came on. It could be Conan O'Brien or...
He was on...
Jimmy Fallon's or something?
No, he was on Real Time with Bill Maher recently.
That's it. And did he come on putting up a triangle and sticking his tongue out of it? Made a triangle with his fingers and put his tongue out of it and said, "This is the sign of the Illuminati."
Oh, I can't remember.
And I thought, what the fuck has happened to this guy?
I don't think so.
This is Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
He's gone off the deep end. He's mental.
They say he's mental.
He's still great. He's still a great fucking comedian and actor, but he's fucking mental.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, these people who you see acting crazy, is this what they're like when they're at home? When they wake up in the morning, think, I'm gonna have some motherfucking cornflakes. Is he doing impressions and shit, getting his bowl? Come here, motherfucking cornflakes. Get in my bowl. Where's my milk, bitch?
I think, yeah, because he's mental.
Somebody has to cohabit with him.
He's no longer self-aware.
He's got to be self-aware.
Or he is too self-aware.
Isn't he still acting? Isn't he still in movies?
No, he does have a new show coming out on something, I think.
What, like a chat show? Or do you mean like a comedy show?
No idea. I don't follow Jim Carrey close enough to actually...
In fact, we don't follow anyone. That's why we're the laymen.
Yes.
Yes.
No, that's a lie. I follow quite a few people. Shout out Bert Kreischer. I'm doing Sober October because of you.
Sober October? No alcohol?
No weed. I don't really drink anyway.
So, hold on. I thought Sober October was just for alcoholics. No, people who drink a lot.
It's for whatever vice you have, really.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, what we have in this country is Stoptober, which doesn't even make any fucking sense, and that's for stopping smoking.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
But I'm doing Sober October, and that's for being
sober.
sober.
Who invents this shit? I think it's bollocks.
I've no... It could be
Sober October.
Well, at least it rhymes.
Bender November.
Bender November.
Remember December. What's going to happen?
Well, no, November's Movember, where you don't shave.
What? Fucking hell.
I know.
Oh, shit, I am so disconnected.
I just barely shave anyway, so...
I don't even know what's happened, so how long before the calendars change? How long before it says Sober October on your calendar?
I'm just not going to shave my pubes, that's it. For November, I'm not shaving my pubes.
Thank God. Do you know what? We've got plans for the Laymen Show to eventually become a video podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
I think I might actually set that as a goal on the Patreon.
that's a good idea.
Once we get like 60 patrons, we'll buy a camera and actually set up a...
Yeah, that's a really good idea. And so for the listeners here, Patreon, subscriber site, get on there. And we've got a tier where it's only $1 a month, which is what, about 80p?
80p, yeah. $1 fuck all anyway.
Yeah, and then you get to hear the other shows that you don't hear on YouTube.
Yeah, which
Exclusive.
are only on Patreon. The last one was great. We just look at the title, and if that doesn't tempt you into wanting to watch it, then I don't know what the fuck will.
No, but if you
listen to it.
You know, we've got really good feedback at the moment. Everybody's saying that they've enjoyed our first pilot episode.
Yeah, but people do like to kiss our asses, so... is what it is. Gotta always take everything with a pinch of salt. Eh?
Maybe we should have a segment called Kiss Our Ass. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and then people can ring in and just say, do you know what, Laymen, I love you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna
Since listening to you, my life has changed. I've left the church, I've left my wife.
Started doing drugs heavily.
Oh, God, I'll tell you what's pissed me off recently. It really has. And
Talk to me. Talk to me.
I will,
Tell me your words.
But this is not a Layman appeal. This is just me fucking grinding my gears. Recently, I tried ringing my insurers.
Those pricks.
Exactly, Gabe. I was on the phone for 20 minutes while they play this repetitive tune, which has been made by some kid on a Spectrum ZX. I don't know if you remember these.
It's a Spectrum ZX, but they rip off like a classical tune.
Yes,
though.
yes.
So it's like fucking Greensleeves or something.
And then every now and again, a robotic voice butts in. Thank you for holding. We should be with you very shortly. Please stay on the line.
Yeah, please. That's it.
And then another voice will come on. We are very busy at the moment. I think busy doing what? Keeping me on motherfucking hold.
The funny thing is, though, they record while you're on hold.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Shit. They're going to hear everything I've said.
Yeah, all the shit that we've talked about the companies while we're on hold for 20 minutes, they have recorded.
Oh, my God. There's me on the phone going, do you know what? When I do get through, I'm going to come down there, come to your office, kick your doors in, and they're listening to me.
Shit on your desk.
Yeah. Fucking shit insurers. Oh, God. And I thought, you know what? That's insurance. Everybody knows it's hard to get through to them because they're twats.
Well, I'd be fine with it if they, like, gave you, like... some places give you, like, a queue. Where
Yes.
they tell you what number queue you are, and you can...
Yeah, so
you can be like, okay, am I going to sit here for 20 minutes and wait for this?
Yeah, because it'll
Or
say...
should I just call back later?
Yeah, it'll actually say you are in queue position 5.
Estimated waiting time...
50 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah. And then at least you know where you are so you can hang up or not. But when it's indefinite and you just sat there holding thinking, any second now.
You know what really grinds my gears?
No, but, and you know what? I thought maybe it's just insurance only, but it's not. It's your insurance. It's your fucking bank. I rang council the other day for my mum just to get a bed removed. I was on hold for 25 minutes. This is council. This isn't a fucking system where there's thousands of people ringing at once.
Because everybody's got to be customer service ready.
They fail us.
like,
They fail us as customers when they can't answer the fucking phone.
awful. There's one place where I have to call, and every time you've called them, I don't want to say the name because they're pricks, and I ain't giving them a shout out.
Oh, I know who you mean.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
every time you call them, just before they're about to hang up, they're like, "Oh, will you please do a survey for us just at the end of this call? Thank you, bye."
Yeah.
That's it. And he's like, "All right, no, I'm just gonna put the phone down. Fuck you."
No, but we've all been in that position where, I don't know, you've got a letter, you need to make a phone call, but you need to be somewhere as well. So you think, you know what, I've got 15 minutes. I'll give them a ring.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. So you leave it for the next day, the next day. I think a lot of people don't have insurance because of this problem. They can't get fucking through when they get the renewal.
You know, that's actually true. The last time I rang my insurance company, I didn't get through, and I haven't rang them back since because I just couldn't be asked. I was like, fuck, waiting another 20 minutes, potentially another 20 minutes.
I mean, it's not just that. Last year, my car got driven into, and obviously it's not my fault. I wasn't even in the vehicle. So, where are we now? We're almost, hitting October, and this happened last year in November, and I am still waiting to get my excess back.
I'd claim interest and...
Yeah, but in the small print, what it says is, we are not responsible for you getting your excess back. It's down to you. And I think, what is the point in having an insurance company? What is the point in having an excess if you fuckers are going to deduct it and then say, it's not our problem?
Well, that's so fucking weird because when I had my accident, my insurance company didn't take my excess. They said you might have to pay it, but I was like, no, I'm not going to. You can suck a dick. because accident wasn't my fault,
Yeah.
and in your accident, that certainly wasn't your fault.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't my
'Cause
fault.
you wasn't even in your fucking car at the time.
So what's happened now? It's gone to solicitors, because they've had to instruct solicitors to try and get me my excess and their money back. They still haven't been paid apparently by the other insurance company. So the third party's insurers have not paid out. So they have to take them to court. It's a dirty business. What's even worse was the woman who drove into the car. By the time I got to my car, the police had towed her away. Got tow trucks and everything. So I rang the police station for a log number.
You couldn't get fucking details.
Details? They wouldn't even give me the registration number of the vehicle. They said it's data protection, and that's something that pisses me off. I said, how is it data protection when it's on the outside of a fucking car in public?
Yeah.
How is that data protection? Oh, we can't give you the details if you don't have her name and address. I wasn't there. You set of pricks. But then I rang the insurance company, told them that I can't get the details, and they said that's because the police charge the insurers. So that's why they withhold. The insurers have to pay for those details. Yeah, 60 quid they pay to get the details.
Every time.
Every time.
They're fucking nickel and diming you. That's the reason why insurance is so fucking expensive.
It is, and I don't understand how they can justify their premium. I'd got 3 speeding points. My insurance went up by £140. How they calculate this, I do not know.
It's just unnecessary. We need a system where the cars are insured, not the drivers.
What I would like to see, as I suppose in the industry, in the full industry, for example, when you buy insurance, I want a complete breakdown. How they come to the figure, what they're actually charging you for.
Yep.
Then so it's clear. We need clarity. That's what we need, clarity.
Yeah. I've gone to the same company at different times of the day and got a different quote based on the same information.
And what's funny is ringing an insurer, getting a quote, then going online and finding out it's cheaper from the same twats.
Yeah. Because they almost always have a discount online as well.
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe, but...
Because they don't have to hire somebody to do all the fucking, inputting and...
Because I've done that before, where I've rang an insurer, then I've gone online just to check, see what quotes I can get. They've come up cheaper. I rang them back and said, listen, it's cheaper online. They went, okay, we'll match it. Why didn't you just give me that price in the first place? Set of dicks. But you're right, this country now has become pay for everything as much as you can. They try and take every penny off you.
Yeah.
Every penny.
Whether it be tax, where literally half of the duty half of what we pay on fuel is tax.
Half?
Half. 57p of every litre.
But what?
57p.
Right, we elect the people to sit in government. So these are normal people. Maybe, 50%. The rest are sort of gone in
I wouldn't
because of their
consider
peers.
Theresa May or Boris Johnson or Jacob Rees-Mogg to be normal.
Jacob Rees-Mogg, he's fucking something different.
Nope.
But Boris Johnson and that, yeah, they're public school people, aren't they? But I'm on about, when you elect councillors and they become MPs, they are the normal people. The ones that we elect in our local areas.
Yeah, because they generally live in the community.
What the fuck's wrong with them? What is wrong with these people? They started off like us. They know fuel prices are hurting everyone across the board.
Well, the problem is, as I say, they don't. The local councillors don't set the fuel prices. It's the government. It's the government that sets the base tax rate, and then
it's fucking OPEC as well, isn't it?
Well, OPEC, yes, that sets the. They set the barrel price.
Yeah, because you'll hear on the news, fuel prices are going up because oil prices have gone up. But when oil prices drop, why don't fuel prices drop?
Oh, drop in line.
Exactly.
They usually drop by like a few pence.
Only when the newspapers start moaning about it. Tesco's dropped by 2p, so all the other supermarkets will follow.
We are currently at a 3-year high on petrol and diesel prices.
And what about energy prices? Gone up 18% in the last 8 months, I think. 18%. So that's added an average of 20 quid a month on a 4-bedroom house, for example. 20 quid extra a month.
I don't know how people are supposed to survive.
Well, they don't want us to survive. They want you to be on the line. That's what I believe.
Always in debt.
Yeah.
But never.
Yeah.
Fucking debt slavery.
Yeah, because I've always said that it's always the poor who feed the rich.
Well.
Okay, so they exploit the poor by employing them, whatever, and they make money.
There is no trickle down theory.
No, there isn't.
It's a parasitic.
Which is interesting
system.
Because how would we be if bartering had come back? I think somebody mentioned this before. Said money should be wiped out. Can you imagine a system with no money?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we would just find another store of value to use as money. whether it be gold or food such as wheat or, you know.
I know, but it sounds crazy. So, for example, like nowadays, you know, we're not farmers. We're not at grassroots level. So you've got a lot of people who've grown up in life
And they have no discernible skills.
Absolutely. Intellectually.
Like us.
Intellectually, they'll be good at fucking repairing a hard drive or putting a base station together or whatever. But
no survival skills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, tell them to poach an egg. They'll be like, "What does that mean? Do I steal it?"
They don't know how to kill an animal. Or I mean, I've never. Shut up, Eve. Sorry, we've got to mention we do have our first audience member, my girlfriend. Never mind. Anyway, killing animals. Yeah, I've never killed an animal. I don't want to lie. I have killed an animal.
Oh God, you've run over something.
Recently, yes, but also in my childhood.
Was it small or was it large, like a fox, or was it like a pigeon?
Was it a hedgehog? I think it was a hedgehog.
A hedgehog.
There was the rabbit as well.
Oh, and a rabbit. It is what it is when you're driving.
Did they die instantly?
Did
you actually stop and check?
No, you're not allowed to unless it's like by law. You're not allowed to stop unless it's a dog or bigger.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And you don't have to report it unless it's a What about cats? You know when people hit a cat?
You can hit a cat and drive on.
Wow.
Again.
But the law's different when it comes to a dog.
If you hit a dog, you have to stop.
You have to stop and report it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bloody hell! I didn't know that.
Yeah. The only reason I know this is because I recently saw a post on Facebook where somebody set up a petition to the government to change the law to include cats as well. But I was like, no, cats should be smart enough to figure out to avoid cars.
Most cats are. They're fast.
Yeah.
They'll see a car and they dart.
Yeah.
But sometimes I've noticed cats are suicidal. I've been driving home late at night and there'll be a cat in the road.
Laid in the middle of the fucking road.
And he'll just look at you like, what?
Yeah. Come at me, bro.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? What? What are you going to do? And you just sat there thinking, and you're flashing your lights. You bib your horn in case you wake up the neighbourhood.
Give it a little rev.
Give it a rev and it just sat there and then just pick itself up and stroll away.
While staring your daggers.
Exactly. But I saw a funny sight. I was in the city centre and there's a lot of pigeons there. And a bus was coming up to the bus stop.
I already know where this is going.
A bus was coming up to the bus stop, and there was a lady waiting for the bus, but the bus hit a pigeon, and the pigeon went into the lady's face.
Oh, really?
Full impact, and she went to the floor.
Did the pigeon explode? Was there like a plume of feathers?
There was feathers, but the pigeon didn't die.
Oh.
But it hit the lady.
Sorry, did I just go, oh, when he said the pigeon didn't die?
But it hit a full whack in the face, and you heard the slap. And the lady just went straight down. I don't know what happened to her.
I've hit a pigeon before in the car as well, and that was funny. I just looked behind me and there was a plume of feathers. It was hilarious.
I remember when my mate came back from the seaside in his minibus, and there was a dead pigeon stuck in his grill.
Like, face first?
Face first. He'd obviously hit this bird, and the bird had gone halfway into his grill, and it like, just died. Died, yeah.
Instantly, probably.
Yeah, and then he had the job of pulling it back out. Yeah.
And dealing with the grill.
I think it had a missing head. I don't know if...
No, it probably would have gone into his body.
That's terrible.
Like smushed in like No, we don't condone killing animals.
Absolutely not. No, only psychos do that.
Unless it's for food, obviously.
Yeah, psychos do that. Kill things.
Kill things for pleasure. We don't condone killing things for pleasure.
No, but you brought me onto something. You said you killed something when you were little.
Yeah. This is something that I would like to briefly mention.
I think we'll call this part inside the mind of a psychopath.
The confessionals.
Yes.
Kids do weird things.
Yeah, they don't. You know, pulling wings off flies, for example.
It's always, for me, a matter of guilt. If you feel guilty after the bad thing that you did, then you're not a psychopath.
Did you feel guilty?
Yes, I did. And I never did it
again. Can we ask some details here? What did you kill?
I killed a frog.
Was this in school?
No.
You know, for an experiment?
No.
This was whilst you were exploring the wider world?
When I was young, yes.
Okay, more details.
Yes.
If there are any psychiatrists listening to the show, please...
let's just say we was playing a game called Catch the Frog.
So you were basically throwing a frog to each other like you would a tennis ball?
Kind of, yeah. We were
Yeah.
sort of like throwing it up in the air and then catching it, but
Oh, what happened?
I think you can...
Butterfingers.
It's a slippery frog. What do you want? I can't take all the blame. I wasn't the only one there.
Oh, I see. Peer pressure. Yeah. So after the frog had passed on, what did you do with it?
I don't know. We cremated it. What the fuck do you want me to say?
Yeah, I want to know what happened, because this is important.
I-
You said you felt guilty. Kids who feel guilty usually bury these things in a garden, make a fucking crucifix out of lolly sticks, write its name on.
Well, yes and no. I think I did sort of bury it, but I didn't leave any sort of grave marker or anything. I didn't want, like, evidence.
Well, I'm glad to hear this, because otherwise this would have been the Layman show.
We'd be cutting ties here.
But it's funny because when I was younger, I was abroad, and I saw a cow, a male, like a bull, dying in a field.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was dying. It was just stood in one place, but it'd gone down to its front legs and just stayed there. And I thought, it looks like it's praying or something. But then in the sky, there was just a few black things just circling around. And I was just sat there watching it. This circle got thicker and bigger, and it was vultures.
Yeah.
I'd never seen vultures before, and they were fucking huge. They were big, these things. Slowly, one by one, they swooped. The circle descends, and then one by one, each one attacks the cow. Almost like they're testing it.
Well, as far as I've heard, I did watch a documentary on this the other day. Vultures do not hunt anything.
No, but they knew it was dying. I think they was testing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then eventually, when the cow sort of like laid down, they all came down. And I was upset for the cow, because I got a big heart, I was like, this poor cow, it's going to get eaten alive. I thought it was alive, it was dead.
Yeah.
I picked up a brick, a quarter of a brick, and I threw it towards the birds, and it hit a vulture on the head. Right, and the vulture just turned its head and stared at me.
Oh, no.
And when I was younger, my grandparents said, look, if a vulture stares at you, it's coming to pick your eyes out. That's it. I shit myself and ran off. I bailed. That was my little bit of heroism
Almost
there.
knocked out a fucking vulture and got fucking ganged up on.
I think it was the king vulture, Gabe. It was huge. It was as big as a woolly mammoth.
They're still looking for you, Lee. Yeah, good episode, I think. Yeah, about good to wrap it up here. 43 minutes, lets me get back to
Absolutely.
my PS4.
We just need to let people know how they can contact us, because we've had a couple of emails. So the email address is thelaymenshow@yahoo.com.
We do also have thelaymenshow@gmail.com, but use Yahoo. That's what most of our stuff is.
Okay, and we are live on Twitter. It's at Layman Show. At Layman Show.
And check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/The Layman Show.
And remember, tune in weekly, because this is a weekly broadcast on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be now. We was trying to figure out how exactly we was going to do this.
Yep.
I'm going to put up one weekly on YouTube for free, and one fortnightly on Patreon for the Patreon-only members.
Subscribers only, yes.
Yep, subscribers only. Also, forgot to mention, hit us up on Facebook.
Oh, yes.
We have a Facebook group, The Layman Show. Look for it. Got about 100 members so far.
Yeah, and we're open to discuss any topics that you think are worth discussing.
Yeah.
Because we have the brains.
Yeah.
Just not the experience.
Right. Good episode.